Welcome to Focus Washington. I'm Chuck Ciccone, and my guest today is the ambassador from Equatorial Guinea, Ruben Maye Nsue Mangue. Ambassador, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for pronouncing very well my name.
Oh, boy, I worried about that, let me tell you.
Yes.
You've been in Washington for, what, 6 months now. What have you experienced, and what do you feel is the American perception of Equatorial Guinea?
But actually, I have been in Washington not for 6, but for 8 months.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because
Okay.
I arrived here with my family on the 5th of September. My wife and children and I have enjoyed to be in Washington. And when I presented my credentials to President Obama, the president warmly welcomed me. And I was surprised because the president graciously talk to every member of my family, my wife, and all my children. So I'm working very good with the State Department on issue of concern to our both two countries and people. And, I think the American people has received us warmly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You get back to now, at one time, yours was the poorest country in Africa. And now since there is one of the poorest, and now since there's been a petroleum, there have been many accomplishments. What have your accomplishments been?
The accomplishment that has been observed in Equatorial Guinea, there can be considered in different aspects. In my view, first, why Equatorial Guinea is distinguished today is first because after the political change in 1979, the government commitment to develop education, professional education, human development. Mm-hmm. Because in any development process, if people has not education, if people are not professional, they cannot attain their goal. So the government since 1979 today, we have sent to foreign university and professional school more than 500,000 students.
500,000?
Yes, yes. And these people, most of them, they have returned back to Equatorial Guinea. Other, they are working in international organization, in private company, and they are going back, they are contributing to the national development. Human development and in education. When we got our independence, there was not university, but now we have 2 universities, and the president is building a new other university in the new town of Oyala. So education and human development has been the first accomplishment. The second one has been the economic plan, because when we discovered oil in 1992, we learned from the mistake from other countries. And the country has organized in 1997 the first National Economic Conference, which was really a national consultation with all government, political parties, civil society, and community leaders to know how effectively and efficiently we could use the oil revenues. That's why the first National Economic Conference established the goal of building human capacity, education, and also the basic infrastructure for the development of our country. The second big achievement has been the second National Economic Conference in 2007, when we established the 2020 Horizon Plan, which consists of the economic diversification. So this is one of the accomplishments. But if you see all these accomplishments, the most important element in peace, security, and stability, and the political consensus among all Equatorial Guinea political parties and people. We are organized regular presidential, municipal, parliamentary, senatorial election. So this is making our country strong because of political stability and consensus.
So I assume you would use this as the kind of advice you'd give to other developing countries on what to do.
We cannot impose other countries to follow our model, but I think Equatorial Guinea advice should be to every country to see their reality and also to seek good partners. Equatorial Guinea, we have achieved this because we have worked all together, no matter which political orientation we have in the country, but also we have also found good international partners like the United States and American government and American private companies.
Well, your president, of course, has a role in Africa. He's been taking a leading role. And How is your country's foreign policy going?
You know, our country foreign policy is we are open, and we are struggling, we are observing all principles of international cooperation set out by the United Nations Charter and the Declaration on International Cooperation by the United Nations in the 1970. But our foreign policy has been very productive to assure that with our neighboring countries and also at the regional level of the African Union and outside the Africa, we can solve all issues peacefully. And we have been very successful in doing so, and for this reason, during our presidency in the African Union and other regional organizations, we have always been effective because of the peaceful approach to this problem. And I think this aspect will continue giving important influence in the future.
Ambassador, we're running a bit out of time now. I've got one question, though I think is an important question, is your president made legal reform a priority. What have been some of the most significant reforms taking place now?
The most important law reform that has occurred in our country has been the recent new constitution. This new constitution has made many changes. First of all, Equatorial Guinea, as you know, has been transformed from one party system of government into multi-party system of government, because now we are in the multi-party system of government. There are 13 political parties running the political affairs of the country. And by this new constitution, we have a Senate, we have the Council of the Republic, we have the Supreme Council of the judiciary power, we have the Ombudsman, who's a very important figure for human rights protection. We have the Socio-Economic Council of the Republic, and also we have the Court of Account Against Corruption, which is the body that is supervising all economic activity of the government. So we can say that this law reform has also affected the penal court, because in Equatorial Guinea today, we are a system where the judiciary is considered as an independent power. So the principle of the rule of law is fully observed and respected.
Thank you so much for being here. I hope you can come back, because I think there's so much more we could talk about.
Thank you. I will be ready.
I'm Chuck Coney, and this has been Focus Washington.